Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Here, hang on. Fuck, I fucked it up. There, that's better. What's going on, everybody? I fucked that one up royally. Oh, god damn it. Whatever. Oh, shit. Anyway, hey, you guys. Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. Welcome back. Got some good stuff done today on the daytime stream. And if you didn't see that, we got the shield and the everything kind of finalized for that connection and everything. So we're looking really good there. I'll show you that here. And then tonight we're going to work on the back of the lower leg, the thrusters and things like that I want to put on there. So we're gonna do that. And I don't know if you noticed the reel or short or whatever, wherever you watch those things, that I'm gonna start doing summary videos for the live streams and things like that. And yeah, we'll do that and kind of get everybody caught back up and everything like that. So if you don't, if you're not here for an episode, you're not gonna, be left out in the cold and everything. So yeah. All right, let's say hi to everybody. Looks like we got Lorenz, we got Julius, we got Charles. Charles, I know you've been wanting the Twitch. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how the rig does with multi-streaming, and then we'll give it a go. So we'll give that a shot. Yeah. So my main worry is just CPU usage right now, which right now OBS says is about 18%, which is pretty good. And I've got 4 different apps going at one time and basically outputting to 2 monitors. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Hopefully it'll be able to, stand up and not lose frames and stuff like that if I'm multi-streaming and all that. So we're going to give it a go. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Probably sometime later this week. I have to kind of familiarize myself with that. I'm thinking probably going with the ATEM plugin for YouTube. But we'll see. So, but yeah, I got to familiarize myself with that, get it installed, and just kind of see what's what. So, yeah. So, yeah, so there's that. Let's see what else. Who else we got? Julius, what's going on, dude? May the 4th be with you always. Yes, it is May 4th. Brandon's with us. Loren says you did a funny Tim. Right? Yeah, there we go. Other way. Fuck this. Here we go. There. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't watch today's stream, we do have a couple new features, and this is one of them. This will pop up every 10 minutes and stay up for a minute just to remind you guys, like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Yeah, Lorenz, I did a funny. I fucked up that opening so bad it's not even funny. I wasn't even thinking. Let's see. Giovanni says, hello, everyone. I promise I don't have football stories. I only have one. Dude, don't worry. You are good, man. You are so good. Julia says, rookie, right? Oh, my God. Jeez, dude. More thrust. Greg Blair. What's going on, Greg? I saw you message me. I haven't gotten to it just yet, so I will get to that. Left with questions is with us. Evening. What's going on, man? Charles likes that. Hey, yay, Twitch. Mr. Old School Gumpla. What's up, George? Good to see you, buddy. Solidist. Good evening. Howdy. Thank you for watching. Charles Dodge says, I'll have to stream YouTube in the afternoons and Twitch in the evenings. There we go. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. So, good deal. Hanron's with us. Good stuff there. Brandon says, hope you had a good weekend, sir. I think to George. Life Death, what's going on, buddy? And then Greg says, you good, no rush. Cool. All right, so the like, subscribe, share thing that pop up again, that'll come up every like 10 minutes or so. You know, standard fare stuff. But the part that, I don't know, childishly excites me are our two new transitions for Super Zoom and Mega Zoom. And I spent an obnoxiously long time creating these, and they are wonderful, in my opinion. So we'll preview those here for you real quick. Here is Super Zoom. Yes. I love it. I love it. Now, for as good as Super Zoom is, Mega Zoom is so much better. So much better. Here we go. Here is Mega Zoom. Oh my God. Yeah. The kid in me gets excited and just giddy over that. So yeah, I just I like them. I like them very, very much. I like how they turned out. I like the look of them. Yeah, Handren says, yeah, it needs a Super Zoom and Mega Zoom. So, yeah, I was thinking about that. But then the more I thought about it, and I was just like, man, I don't know. I don't want to ruin a good thing. I so just like them kind of the way they are, especially the Mega Zoom with the electricity and yeah. They're great, you know. They're great. Oh, man. RF Aurora. Oh, hey. Grant Foss. New subscriber. What's going on, Grant? Good to see you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing as well. Welcome. RF Aurora. Andrew, he wants to, what's he said? You should make a video collab for everyone that wants to join in where you pretend to pass a kit off screen to someone else and they do the same thing. Interesting. It's an interesting idea. Pulling it off, I think, would be obviously the hardest part. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be kind of cool, actually. So yeah, good things. Good things. Ranger Chris. What's going on, Chris? Now you need a ludicrous zoom, right? And then plaid, right? Yeah. Greg Blair says, I'm laughing hysterically at this. Worth not finishing watching Empire. Heyo. Oh, man. Let's see. Nothing beats anime speed lines in the background. Right? I love it. I love those. Dave B. LOL. I have to admit, the new transition keeps the audience engaged. Right? Dude, just come on. Like, it's so anime terrific. It's so anime terrific. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Ay. Lorenz says, will you make videos other than streaming? Absolutely. It's all kind of on the list of things to do. Like I said, I have a list of goals. accomplishments, whatever. My end game, right? It is pages and pages and pages long. So, yes, videos other than streaming will be 100%. Yeah. You know, I definitely want to get into the long form content and things like that. Want to start. I have an idea of some series that I want to start. You know, producing and things like that. You know, the stream summaries and all of that obviously will be a big part of things, but yeah, it's a work in progress, and it's been slow going because there's so much to kind of create and put together at this point, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Brandon says, off for some TV time with the wife. Have a good night, everyone. Tim, let me know how much I owe you, and I'll have the wife Venmo you ASAP. Gotcha. Will do, Brandon. I am so sorry about that, dude. It's just, yeah, it's just been crazy. Let's see. Greg Blair says, Speed Racer and Dragon Ball. Yes, right? The anime lines. Tim, the stream recap, especially the work in progress, would be a great idea on your YouTube as well. Oh yeah, it's already on there. The short that I put today is on YouTube. So yeah, and I want to also get TikTok going as well with those. So yeah, it's all part of the process. Life Death says, hey Tim, will you ever do a series kind of like Zach had called Trash to Treasure? Yes, I definitely know. I've seen his Trash to Treasure. They're good. Will I ever do something similar? I don't know. Maybe not. There are shorter videos that I'd like to start producing and things like that. And then obviously long form content, you know, tutorials and things. But as far as series go, definitely, you know, spotlights on tools, things like that, you know, paint colors, option parts, those types of things. Because I don't think anybody's really done that, you know, before, in any kind of thorough cataloged kind of way, right? So I definitely want to do those types of series, like, you know, for instance, you know, spotlight, I don't know, the Tamiya 123s and tell you why they're so freaking good in my opinion, or why an Optivisor is super useful, or why the chopper is the best tool that, you know, you can get, if you can get it. You know, those types of things. I have like a whole wall of option parts from Kotobukiya, Wave, Bandai, you know, Apex parts, things like that. So kind of going through those and, you know, kind of showing, you know, what pieces are included on these runners, you know, the types of things that, you know, you can do with these, you know, some ideas, give some brainstorming things, stuff like that, and then do, you know, paints, like, you know, here's the copper, right? So all that sort of stuff I definitely want to get into and do, in addition to, you know, like longer form, you know, content, tutorials, you know, build videos, things like that, you know, this standard fare stuff. So while not necessarily the same as Zach's Trash to Treasure, definitely want to, you know, kind of keep pushing the boundaries of things and go to certain places where nobody's ever gone before in, you know, our hobby. That's the goal, you know, that's the goal. There you go. Like, subscribe, and share. Boom. Brandon says, keep up the good work, Tim. Keep grinding, and it will pay off. You're having great ideas. Yeah, well, ideas are one thing. Execution is a whole different thing. So, fingers crossed, right? Briggsy says the mega zoom sound, if someone isn't paying attention, might get a jump scare with that boom sound, right? I just love it. I fucking love it. Oh my god. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, Brandon says, no problem. I don't want to forget either, right? Yeah. Chupa thingy. Holy cow, I caught a comm stream. Hey-o! Yes, you did. Welcome. Thank you for watching, man. Not a short, but a proper 2 to 3 minute video. Yeah, something, you know, along the lines of what I was kind of talking about. Hell yeah. Chupa thingy, I remember seeing your site in forums back in the day and browsing your website back in like 05-ish. So many amazing builds even then. Oh man, thank you. Dude, you're taking it back. That was, Jesus, that was Child of Mecha like 1.0. Back in the day. Holy crap. That's awesome, dude. Well, thank you for tuning in. Hell yeah. Hang out with us, man. Chat. Life Death says, I'm down for all of that. Sounds like great content. I hope so. Let's see. Briggsy says TikTok can help get people who aren't watching on YouTube to your channel. Same with Instagram and X. Absolutely, yeah. So the summary video that I've made and will continue to make, I'm blasting that out everywhere. So Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, Threads, obviously YouTube Shorts, things like that. And then, like I said, I'm going to start to upload those to TikTok, but I need to figure out fucking TikTok. I might have to get my daughter to show me how to work the damn thing, right? Lorenz says, photography tutorials? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All of that. Yeah. Gunpla Noob, hey Tim, in your shorts, I've noticed shelves with a bunch of MOOCs, books, whatever. But yeah, I know the proper terminology is MOOC because it's like a magazine book or whatever. It's just, I don't know. Saying it gives me the heebie-jeebies for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, any of those Gunpla related would be interesting to see what the collection holds. That's a great idea. Yeah. It's mostly Gundam hobby, Dengeki hobby. That's the bulk of it. That's probably makes up 90% of all of that. Hobby Japan, sorry, I said something different. But Hobby Japan, Dengeki hobby, all of that I have on the shelves. And then I got a bunch of Gundam weapons, MOOCs, and then to the other side of that are basically kind of mechanized art books. Some really good stuff there too. The Nothing But Mech series, I have all 4 of those books. Those are wonderful. The Robot Envy books, the art books from Titanfall, Anthem, Halo, Chappie, Elysium, Destiny, Genlock, Mandalorian, just all that stuff I have on the shelf, and those are absolutely wonderful resources. So yeah, we can definitely do kind of, reviews of those. That's actually a really good idea. I like that. But yeah, I just, it's all up here, but it's just getting it out to you. You know what I mean? That's obviously the hardest part. But man, yeah, Easier said than done. Chupa thing, yeah, I'm showing our ages here, brother. Oh, yeah, dude, right? But I had just graduated high school and stuff. I remember your name and wanted to stop by whenever I could. Nice! That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Well, hey, you know what? Welcome. You know, stick around, hang out with us, chit chat, all that good stuff. You know, hopefully you'll like what you see and, you know, keep coming back, dude. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Henry says, Mobile Suit Archives for the win. I think I have a couple of those. Let me see. I have the Zeta Gundam Mobile Suit Archive, and then I have the GPO one. I can never say the Zavanthres. I don't know. I just whatever. GPO one. Yeah. Greg Blair says yes. Photo how to please. Absolutely. Man, I did one back in the day at Gundam Kitchen. I think it was back in like 2018, 2019, and it was a live stream. I don't even know if I still have it up or not. But yeah, we'll get a proper photography. Zafranthes. Cool. GPO1. I'm just going to stick with that. Oh, man. The Phasalis, the whatever, blah, blah, blah. And even fucking Zach. I don't know if you guys noticed, but even fucking Zach tried to correct me on my pronunciation of Hyaku Shiki. Am I not pronouncing it right? Hyaku Shiki? Or it's probably Hyaku Shiki or something like that, but whatever. Hyaku Shiki. I'm not saying it. I'm not butchering it. Motherfucking Zach. But yeah, we'll definitely, Greg, we'll definitely get a proper photography video going and show you some good stuff there. Absolutely. Henry says they haven't released a new Mobile Suit Archives in a while now. The last one was the Blue Destiny, I think. Oh man, those were such good books. The artwork, oh, so good, so good. Chupa Thingy says books from James Gurney are wonderful. He's the artist that drew and wrote Dinotopia. Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen those. Those were really good. There are some other. There were some other fantasy art books that I wanted to get. There's one called, I think it was called Guelph, but it's adorable. It's basically like these little mice and like field rodents in like medieval kind of fantasy garb with swords and shields and shit, and it just looks absolutely wholesome and adorable. And I yeah, those look amazing. I have it in my like save for later cart, and it's been sitting in there for a few years, but yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Let's see. TikTok is about the same as YouTube Shorts in the upload department. Only problem is them not pushing out your TikTok videos. Yeah. So what I do is I create the shorts and everything in the Instagram app edits. And thankfully it doesn't watermark. At least I don't think it watermarks. I haven't watched one all the way to the end. But I don't think it watermarks the video at the very end or anything. So that's what I export from, and then upload everywhere else from there. So yeah, I know they especially with if you have the watermark, yeah, they get a little antsy in their pantsy about that shit. So yeah, Hyaku Shiki. Hyaku Shiki. Yeah, that's how I'm saying it. Hyaku. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Fucking Zach. Got me all flustered and shit. Didn't even get the stream opening right. Let's Let's see. Chupa Thingy says, I've mostly moved to more wargaming, but will come chill as often as I can. Usually when I'm playing some Elite Dungeons or Elite Dangerous. Gotcha. Just chilling. Nice, dude. Yeah. Hang out with us, man. It's always good to see someone from, that knows, back in the day type of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He also says, I read a kid's book when I was younger about a mouse that carried a shield and sword. I'd have to find it for the name, but I think the character's name was Martin. Funny that came up, right? Hell yeah. Greg Blair says, yeah, all my photos always come out too dark, no matter how much light I put onto it. Okay. Hi, Craig. What up, Colin? Colin, how are orders? Hopefully they are good. So, yeah, if you guys don't know, hi, Craig, Mr. Colin there. He's the one that does all the scribing jigs and awesome tools and everything there, too. So, yeah, go get you some of that. I posted a link to his store and all that on my posts page, my community page on YouTube, and then reshared it on my Instagram and all that. So go check him out. At Hi Craig, pretty much everywhere, right, Colin? I think so. Yeah. Giovanni says, I asked Zach a question once. This was when he was still living in Korea. He asked me like 3 times to rephrase my question. I think he was forgetting the English language. Nice. I love Zach to death, man. He's a good friend, but man, when he said that today, and I'm like, motherfucker. But I know he was joking. It's not a big deal. Lelouch! Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh, dude, good. For those of you that missed it, I want to show the Super Zoom and Mega Zoom again. So prepare yourselves. Here we go. Super Zoom first. Oh, so good. So good. As good as that is, here's Mega Zoom. It's better. Oh, I just love it. I love those. I just absolutely love those. My God. Anyway. Let's see. Chupa Thingy says, Martin the Warrior, the Redwall series was flying and needed all hands on deck because I tend to be a silly goose. Just Googled. Nice. I think I've heard of the Redwall series. I'm going to have to look that up because I've been... Now, let me ask you this. Is that like just like a storybook or was that like a novel or something like that? Because, yeah, if it was like novels, I'd be really into that, like audiobooks and stuff. That would be really cool. So, oh yeah, Colin, did you ever finish that Gyaradoga? Yeah, that was the last thing Colin was working on his Instagrams. Hell yeah. Yeah. Chupa Thingy, I think they were actually pretty good. I think it's decently sized, like 400 pages. Oh shit. So I wonder if there's like an audiobook for that. Because I think I remember the Redwall series. Maybe it was just a fever dream. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I have to check that out. Pacific Rim art books are really nice as well. Do I have those? Do I have Pacific Rim? Let me see. No, I don't. At least I don't think so. No. Son of a bitch. No, I don't. Oh well. You know what? While we're here, while I'm at the shelves, let me pull just a couple recommendations here for you guys. Some lesser known books here, but 2 that are just absolutely amazing. And we'll switch to camera 2 for this. And these are just wonderful books. And so let's get over to let's get over to camera 2. Actually, let's get caught up here real quick. Chupa Thingy, it's at my mom's house, yet unironically just saw it on the shelf the other day. Nice. Brian Jacques is the author. I think they used to be pretty popular. Interesting. Yeah, see, I'm going to have to check that out. Because that sounds like kind of right up my alley. Because as, you know, obviously, I've been walking on the trail here lately since getting laid off and everything. And started listening to my audiobooks again and all that. And, you know, just wanted, you know, new audiobooks to listen to. So I'm going to have to check that out. Colin says, started back on it, Julius. Nice, dude. We need pictures. Just a 4-year hiatus. Most of the kit is painted, but the scratch-built backpack is still needing some work. Yeah, that looked really good. Really, really good. Chupa Thingy says, ooh, Pacific Rim, that one movie that we don't talk about the sequel, right? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, all right. Let's go over to camera 2. Let me give you 2 book recommendations here real quick before we get started tonight. The first one is this right here. This is Industrial Divinities by Ismojuki, right? And this book is amazing. It is a little hard to get. I was able to get it on Amazon when they restocked it and everything, but it is not the easiest book to obtain. So if you can get it, I highly recommend getting it. Let's see. Now, what this guy has done is basically, oh yeah, see, there's the little robotic, you know, drone there. Basically what he's done is he's taken the idea of modular parts, like this here, the CPU 1500. So this is a common body, and then you can attach purpose-specific like limbs and stuff like that onto this thing, and different head units and all of that for, you know, different purposes. It's just absolutely genius. So like, here's like a general mech, and there's the body, the modular body and everything. And here's, you know, a really great illustration of kind of how those pieces go together. Just, he has all sorts of different variations and, you know, realistic photos and everything. Just absolutely great. Let's go through, oh man, yeah, like look at this, like the decorations on some of these, the different variations, just really, really, really good stuff. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. Just, if you can get this, if you can find it, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting this book because it is great. So, yeah. Industrial Divinities, 2017, by Ismojuki, right? So, go get this up. This is by Hera Publishing. Ismojuki, Industrial Divinities, bada boom, bada bing. So that's the first reco that I got for you boys tonight. The second one, oh man, this is such a great artist. If you guys know who Emerson Tung is, he has his book here, and I'm trying to hold it down as much as possible. This is his book, Tankhead, and this is just really amazing artwork. Let me go camera 1 so you can actually kind of see what this looks like here. Yeah, that's, oh, it's so good. It's so good. But let me get, hang on. Chris wants to know the ISBN number of this here. ISBN, let me go camera 2 here for you, Chris. Where is it? There it is. All right, I'm gonna hold it here for a few seconds. You can probably screenshot it or something, Chris. But there's the ISBN number. 3, 2, 1, bang. There you go. So, anywho, Tankhead, right? By Emerson Tung. I've been following Emerson for quite a long time. He's one of my kind of favorite concept mech artists and things like that. And as soon as he put this book out, I jumped at the opportunity to pre-order this, right? I mean, come on. A tank chicken with little baby egg scouts flying, you know, what looks to be similar to the Union Jack. I mean, come on, man. This shit is great. So, when I ordered this, I got these little kind of mini posters and stuff, and like, here's another, you know, one of those kind of chicken eggy scout things, right? And this one's really cool. The tank crab. Hell yeah. That is good shit right there, right? So I got these cards. I got came with these stickers. Kind of it's the OBS logo there. So I know it's goes beyond that. It's older than that, but still. Anywho, so yeah, so he's done so many pieces of art for different tank heads, right? These are robotic, you know, tanks and things like that. And yeah, look at this, the blueprint from for the Rooster artillery. Like, come on. And then he's done different, you know, shapes. Like, here's kind of this is the pigeon bomber. I mean, it's brilliant stuff. It's absolutely brilliant stuff. He's done, you know, kind of transformable different mechs and stuff like that. And he's done, you know, like regular, you know, kind of vehicle design stuff too. And that's a good one. Oh, look at that paint job on there. And basically the premise is this is kind of a reimagining of basically like World War II, but kind of steampunkish with these tank heads fighting the war and stuff like that. And just brilliant stuff. Now, mind you, it doesn't necessarily happen, quote unquote, on Earth or anything like that, but yeah, it's essentially a retelling. So, man, just the levels of artwork in here are absolutely insane. Like, this is, oh, that's so good right there. That's so good. Look at that shit. Yeah. And he's even done, let me see if I can find the big boy. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Like a lobster. Come on. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Even like full-on battleships that, you know, transform into gigantic tank heads, right? Just a ship with a trident. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, just crazy stuff. And this is kind of your more German-esque themed tank heads and things like that. That's good right there. That's really good. I've always wanted to kind of scratch build one of these things, you know, from different parts and, you know, like Gundam parts and you know, different tanks and things like that. Oh, it would be amazing. But yeah, man. So those are your two recommendations. Tankhead by Mr. Emerson Tung. Absolutely great. Yeah, just really, really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. And then for Chris, if you want the ISBN, there you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There you go. Awesome. So anywho, good books. Had to pull them off the shelf because they are great recommendations. So yeah, highly recommend. Highly recommend. All right, you guys, let's get caught up with the chat. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. Chupa Thingy says spicy but good books are so worth 70-ish currently. Oh, the Izmajuki? Yeah, so good. So good. Let's see, Greg Blair. It's cute in an industrial. Missed this. Okay, James Bond audiobooks, the Ian Fleming books, fan freaking tastic. It's cute. Oh, and for the Industrial Divinities. Yeah, yeah. They are kind of cute, right? In an industrial sort of way. I mean, that's right. Chupa Thingy, the CIWS on legs. Oh no. Tankhead looks sweet, dude. The books, both of those books are worth their weight in gold. Worth their weight in gold. Giovanni, the first book is $72 on eBay. I think I paid. Oh, what was the retail on that? It was not cheap. So yen price is 33.33. And obviously this was, you know, imported to the US. I think I paid 50-ish for that book back in the day. So 72 is not bad. It's not bad at all. As long as the condition is decent, right? Chupa Thingy, I prefer my King Crab in Battletech, but all things do be evolving to crabs, right? Oh man, Edwin's with us. He says, hello everyone. What's going on, Edwin? Good to see you, buddy. Jonathan, Mr. Gizmo, he says, found it on Barnes & Noble for $59.99 hardcover. Going to have to pick this up. Yes. Very obsolete vibes on that one. Yeah, right? Wolfpack says, Chrome Shiki. Actually, this is going to be a copper Shiki. So, yeah, copper Shiki. The Speedy Shiki, as we called it today. The Tankhead book, by the way, yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's retail price like you saw. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, you guys, let's go to camera 2. Let's get to work. Let's get this thing going. Yeah. So here's the shield. Everything is glued together. This all is, you know, permanent now. The front of this still comes off, obviously, for, you know, painting and everything, so that works pretty well. The shield basically is in its, you know, getting to its final form. It's looking really, really good. Like I showed in the short today, here's the bracket. This is just stuck on here with some sticky tack, just so I could kind of mock everything up here. And then we got our hole drilled today. We got our peg sorted out here. And then this thing just slides in there. And then there's the shield. I am just over the wall excited about how the shield looks. You can kind of see all of that in there. There's no collision between the parts. And say, you know, he wants to hold the shield up like this, you know, he can, right? And then that just will go back into that form there. And you know, even if he needs to close quarters, he's got a little bit of weapon there, you know. So yeah, so that's good stuff there. So take that off, put this off to the side and everything, and we'll get back to working on that at a later date when we go to kind of really work on details and things like that. And so he'll be in good shape. And then also too today, found this in a parts box. This is one of the Aura gun, not Oregon, but Aura gun weapons from Studio Reckless from back in the day. And like I said, today, I don't even know if Studio Reckless is even still around. But they did some absolutely wonderful designs of different, you know, different mechs and things like that, the weapons, all of that good stuff. So this will be the weapon for the Shiki going forward. Just this one. We're not gonna do dual pistols. We're just gonna do this one. I think this is enough, and I think it looks great. This had a couple other pieces tacked onto it that I just didn't like the look of, honestly. Had this, you know, mag up here, and it just makes it look way bigger than it needs to be. So got rid of the mag, got rid of this part there. I think it's just silly. Stripped it down to this, and then I'll probably, you know, smooth this section out here as well. But yeah, that'll be the weapon for the Shiki. So I think that's going to be really, really good. Lightweight, speedy, all of that. Definitely in theme, right? Definitely in theme. So we'll be in good shape. We'll be in good shape there. Hell yeah. Let's see. Vince is with us. What's going on, Vince? Hey, what's good, Tim? How are you doing? Hello, everyone. Let's see. Chupa Thingy. What are the translucent parts? Almost looks like resin. Oh, on the Shiki itself. That's a great question. So, all of this, the armor and everything, this is what it looks like after the gold has been stripped off of the parts on the Hyaku Shiki Master Grade 2.0. Yeah, these are all just your standard plastic parts that come with the Master Grade kit. They're just stripped of all the gold and everything, and this is what it looks like underneath. So, yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. Gizmo says, Score! Just got Tank Head on Amazon. It was on sale. Got it for $54. Nice. So you saved a little bit of money. Excellent, dude. Excellent. Oh, here we go. Just found an art book browsing movie art by Sid Mead. Yes. Oh, he was, I was going to say Sid Mead was so good, but Sid Mead was beyond good. Beyond even his time. Just some of the designs and everything that he came up with. And obviously, I'm sure everybody knows, but he did the designs for Turn A, Turn X, and, you know, those Gundams and everything. Just amazing artist. Amazing artist. Looks like he did Johnny 5 from Short Circuit. That's interesting. Love the translucent. Nice. Take that, Laser Lips. I love those movies, man. Love those movies. Julia says, Tim, does the Shiki have a beam saber? If not, could use that back side of the shield mount to build, or you build to hold beam saber. Yes, actually, the Shiki does. The Shiki actually comes with 2 beam sabers, and they are mounted on the back skirt. So here's one of the beam sabers, and where's the holder? Where's the holder? There it is. So yeah, so the holder pops into here, and depending on the flex of the Shiki, this can move up and down, which I think is kind of dumb, but it is what it is. But yeah, so basically these just pop in here, just like that. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, it has 2 beam sabers. Yeah. 2. So it's not going to be for lack of weapons. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Vincent says, "Oh wow, that's interesting to know. I love the movie Short Circuit. Hell yeah." And I'll be honest with you, I loved both of the movies. I think both of them were great. Second one was kind of, but still very campy, very wholesome. Loved it. So yeah, Short Circuit, absolute classic. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend. Anyway, all right. So for tonight, what I want to do, we kind of dug some parts out of the bin earlier, and kind of settled on these guys right here. These are the kind of back thrusters, the lower leg back thrusters from a Master Grade Alex 1.0. Save these for a rainy day. These were kind of in my premium parts boxes and everything like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace, this is the original part right there, these little weird fin thingies. I can't say that I'm a fan of the look or anything like that, but so what I want to do is kind of meld this part into there, and we're gonna kind of get it nestled into that little divot right there, that little place, and eventually I want it to kind of be at that height, right? So you kind of get an idea of the profile, and it'll be tighter to, you know, the actual leg and everything, because the way that the Shiki's ankle flexes is absolutely amazing. Like, it can literally do, you know, ballerina, you know, toe tap, basically, and it's crazy, right? The flex on that ankle. And then two, just either way, this thing can do some just crazy poses. So I want to keep that as much as possible. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing kind of mounted kind of right about there. I think that looks good. It doesn't interfere with the ankle flex or anything like that. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna be doing. And we're just gonna try to figure that out here tonight, and get a path moving forward for this thing so we can work. Now, originally today, I thought of having this part kind of go over that as like a cover, but the more I think about it, I'm not 100% sure I want to go that route. The first thing we obviously have to do is to get this part on here, right? That's going to be problem number one. And then problem number two, obviously, will be going about kind of covering this bit up here. We'll jump to that. We'll jump that hurdle when we get there. So that's future Tim's problem. That's future Tim's problem. Let's see. Stupid thingy. The art book was only $28 hardcover on Amazon. Wow. How about this? Ironically, we buried my dad's ashes today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. But the movie Batteries Not Included, awesome, was one of his old-time sci-fi faves. Sid Mead, the Sid Mead book. Yeah. Dude, Batteries Not Included, that was, again, very wholesome. Very wholesome. But dude, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your dad's ashes and everything today. That's a bummer. But yeah, Batteries Not Included, that's one of those one-off 80s sci-fi movies that not too many people remember. But if you were into the little robots and everything, oh, those were great. Because they would, you know, they were these little, like, honestly, like this big. Just little disc-shaped little robots, and they were a family of robots too. They didn't speak or anything; they just, you know, beeped and stuff. But there was one part in the movie where one of them actually danced, and it was just—it's so cute. I lost it. So same. That was one of my old-time sci-fi faves as well. Holy shit, that brings back some memories. Jeez, that short circuit. Yeah. Oh, robot jocks. Oh, we could get going all night and talk about nostalgia, but man, oh man. Anywho, all right. So first things first. The fin, this part here. I'll show you on the other leg here. So this part here actually articulates just slightly, right? As you can see, there's a gap right here formed to the shape of this, and when that flexes up, it just nestles in that gap and everything, right? But it just misses colliding with the heel and all that on, you know, for that part. I don't think this needs to pivot. So we'll probably take this out and kind of start from there. So with that said, let's start pulling this thing apart here and kind of see what we're working with. Now, it's been years since I've taken this thing apart. I know that comes off super easy. Alright, and let's get our parts separator in here. Just start to kind of wiggle this thing apart here. I think this side part is starting to peel away here. Gotta wiggle it a little bit. Come on now. Alright. Feels like it's starting to release. Yep. Yep, there we go. All right, so there's the armor part first, and then this part here looks like it's starting to yeah, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so this is essentially what we want here. Alright, so I know this weird front section comes apart in two pieces. So, but we need to be real careful with this tab right here. There we go. And then this side should come off very simply. There we go, just like that. All right, and then let's get that part off there. All right, you can put those all off to the side, and then can't remember if this ankle was in there on a poly cap or not. I don't want to take any chances. I'm not going to start pulling at this thing or anything like that, but we need to get this section here separated. And there we go. Just get it started with the hobby knife. Yeah. All right. And then go to work with the separator a little bit. Just start working that apart. There we go. Got some decent separation in this now. Let's get the other part separator here. So for those of you wondering, I do have actually three part separators. This is the Wave. Has the nice big blade, and this is the USA Gundam Store version. This has this much smaller, more kind of fine blade, and that's kind of what we need right now. Just to get in these parts here. There it is. Okay. All right, there we are. We've got one side free. All right, and there's the other side. So here's the part here that we're gonna essentially get rid of. This guy right here, this pivot, right? All right, so now let's get the piston out of there, and then I think that is a poly cap, but I don't want to go pulling on that thing right now, just in case. So let's start to wiggle this section out there, and then we can open the ankle up and see what exactly we are working with. Okay, it was a poly cap in there. All right, so yeah, that's a big honker of a poly cap. Jeez. All right, so good. All right, so we can get rid of all that. We just need these parts here to, number one, get this section out here. All right, and that just snaps into place. It's a pivoting rod here. So okay, well, if that doesn't work, just use brute force. There it is. Good deal. All right, so we've got that pivoting part off. We'll kind of toss that for the time being. All right, so here, that went in there like that, or did it go the other way? Yeah, it went that way. Okay. All right. So there's our back of the lower leg there. That gives us a lot of good room. To work. All right. Let's get the ankle assembly and everything back together so we can kind of get a better idea of how to attack this thing. Ah, okay, the extension, this side goes toward the bottom. There it is. Okay, cool. And then this part pops on here. Boom, nice. And then this goes on here. Oh shoot, I got that backwards. Damn it. Not like it matters, but I'm still. Oh, god damn it. I got it backwards again. I know what I did. Just stupid. Just stupid. Come on. I accidentally pulled this out. It didn't go back in correctly there. So now we've got both of those empty holes on the back oriented properly. All right, now we got it. Now we got it. All right. Ankle going back together here. There it is. All right, perfect. I didn't need to do that. I don't know, wanted it to look right. All right, and then this goes right up there like that, and you get that piston flex there, right? All right, and then this goes back on here, and that's what we're working with. All right, cool. So there's our space, right? There's our space. Compare this to the rest of the leg here. Okay. We do have this bit here that we have to keep in mind, right? Now, obviously, we could probably cut this away. This middle part really doesn't serve a purpose too much. So, if need be, we can do away with that. I'd rather hold off before we jump to that, right? All right. So, there's our max flex point. Okay, and what I want to do is kind of have this right up, I'm thinking right about there, right? Right about at that point. So, let's see, how are we going to approach this? That's always the pertinent question, right? We could always shave this bit down here, this section, right? Just shave this down so it's basically even with this surface, and that would help us kind of recess that back a little bit. And what does that look like when we get this thing mounted? It's not terrible. Or alternatively, and I have to think about this. I have to think about this smartly because this thing is eventually going to need to be painted, right? And we're going to have to do this twice for both legs. All right. What we could do, shave this section down a little bit, and then maybe raise this section up a bit. How does that look on the armor, or the actual leg here that's together? Okay. So our maximum opening for this part here is this angle. This angle right here. That's where it closes up. That's where everything gets connected on top. So we have this amount of space from here to the end of my thumb to deal with, to play with, right? Oh, this is getting a little tougher than I had anticipated. Okay. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure this out. That's part of this process, is troubleshooting and coming up with these solutions. All right. What if, hang on. Okay. What if we got rid of this piece and just worked with this here? And just kind of did that sort of thing. Maybe down a little bit farther. And then obviously we would need to kind of blend this in and plate it appropriately and everything. But, that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. Okay. I think I got an idea coming to me. Have it right about there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know what I need to do. All right. We need to perform some surgery here on this piece. So we need to get rid of these fins. So these gray parts, trash. All right. So now, let's get this trimmed up a little bit better here with our 1, 2, 3s. And we'll get caught up in the chat here in a moment. Okay. All right. So make that back part nice and flat there. Where's the damn file? Where'd it get off to? Here it is. All right. All right. So that back part is now nice and flat, flush with everything. And yeah, okay. So next thing we need to do is, see this corner right here, we're gonna trim that flush. Easiest thing to do is get the Dremel out and work that down first, and then go to town with the file and everything after. So here we go. All right. Good stuff there. All right. So that got us a good amount of the way. Now, we'll flatten all of this down better with the file here. Alright, that's getting pretty good. Alright, let's pull out the sanding block and get this thing nice and flat. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that part is nice and flat now. Now, we can kind of mock that up a little bit better. Like that, right? And, what I'm almost thinking now, is getting that part that we removed back in here. Get that back in there. And maybe mounting this to here. Cut all this inconsequential bullshit from there. And then mount it that way, so this goes a little bit easier on us here. That way we have nice clearance and everything. And then we still have the ability to pivot this slightly. If we want to or not. I don't know if I'm honestly going to go that route or not. But for right now, I think that's the way that we want to go. Let's get caught up in the chat real quick first. And then we'll jump back on this thing, yeah? Excuse me. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Here we go. Michael Dawson. What up, everybody? Just got home from work. Oof. that emoji, man. Welcome, Mike. Chupa thingy. It was so special of a movie. Love to watch that with him for sure. Oh man, that's cool. Also, original Mad Max, even though I adored Fury Road as well. Just watched Robot Jox with my buddy on a paint day a couple months ago. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Greg Blair, hey laser lips, your mama was a snowblower. God, that's such a good line. The Chupa thing, yeah, I was gonna use that one. There you go. Gonna lurk a bit, brother. Great to talk to you for the first time after 20 years. Oh, dude, right? We'll be stopping around and hanging out whenever I can. Awesome. I love it, man. Love it. Thank you, dude. Kenneth is with us. What's going on, Kenneth? Now kind of think of it after stripping the chrome gold. Now it's the milky clear edition Shiki, right? Yeah. It is what it is, you know. That's just what the plastic looks like. Giovanni says, I remember a time there was a niche genre of movies called comedies. I wonder what happened to those types of movies. Speaking sarcastically, of course, right? Oh, man. USB syndrome. What's going on, George? Good to see you, bud. All right. And then Apex Nerds with us. Morning, all. What's going on, bud? Good deal. All right, so let's get back on this thing and let's power through and figure what we're gonna do here. All right. So I do like the idea of keeping this now actually and mounting the thruster to this bit, right? And I think what we can do is maybe mount that so this angle here meets with the bottom part of this, you know, right about here, right? So essentially that would look like that, essentially, right? And then will that give us enough room to flex this? Maybe not. Maybe not, but we'll see. All right, so first things first, I want to get this thing carved down. So let's get these three little things off of here. Just clip those off. And I wonder if that will recess better if we trim that up. Let's see what we've got here. So basically, once these three little spurs, once these are trimmed off, I have a feeling that this may recess back into this cavity here, right? But I'm not 100% sure on that. So I at least want to trim this as much as possible so that we can try and see if that will work or not. I don't 100% know here. All right. Let me try to yank this sucker out here. There we go. All right. Gives me a little bit of a better grip to try and trim these nubs down from those pointy bits. Okay, so those are pretty good and trimmed. Now let's really even this up here and see what we've got, because if it will recess even more into that cavity, that'll be great. That'll be really, really great news for us. All right. All right, so we need to pull a little bit more off there. Okay, so we need to finesse that a little bit. So we're going to pull out our little wireless rotary tool here and just ever so carefully trim this down a little bit more. See what that looks like here. Yeah, see, I have a real sneaking suspicion that that will go down in there, but it's just not there yet. All right, let's do a little bit more surgery on this thing. All right, we'll get the big boy out here, and let's go. All right, so now we've got a little bit more shaved off of this piece, and we're gonna see if that did the trick here. Let's see, fingers crossed. Huh, no. Okay, what is it running into? So we've got space down here for this thing to recess, but it's running into something. Okay, well, shit. I don't know. See, I don't want to take off more plastic here because that will leave us very, very thin underneath. All right, let's get this part separated again so I can kind of see what it's running into, because that'll give us a very clear indication of what our issue is here. So let's pull this thing back apart here. All right. Okay. So, all right. So that's what it's running into. All right. So this section right here is blocking this piece from coming down anymore. Okay. Well, one way to fix that. Yeah, see this right in there. This section right here is too high. All right, so so we've got that smoothed out without taking too much plastic off there. Let's see if that will allow it to lay down a little bit better. And it does, but let's see if it's to the point where we need it to be. Better, but not there yet. Better, but not there yet. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So we're still getting some conflict right in here with this part, right in this section. So we need to shave off even more from there. We need to go higher on that piece too to get this thing to fit properly. All right. All right, so thinking through this ordeal here, right? The reason why we want this thing to recess is so that I can put this on here so that this thing can still pivot. That's the reasoning behind all of this. Do I care enough that it pivots? No. No, I don't. I do not care enough that it pivots. So, in that case, what we'll do is this. We will glue this thing together as one solid block and go with that. Yeah. All right. Rock and roll. So, with that being said, we're going to use some plastic magic right in here to glue the pivoting portion together. Right there. And then we'll also get a little bit under here to glue this bit into place. Just like that. And there we go. All right, so no going back now. That's the route that we're going with this. We are not going to have this thing pivot. We are not going to have this thing pivot. This will be static in place. All right, just like that. All right, so now what we can do is to, let's get the foot off of this piece. Yeah, okay. There's no glue seeping out anywhere. It's my main concern, putting this thing together like this. All right, so now what we need to do, since we have our solid block of plastic in there, we need to trim this down flush so that this will fit snugly on there. So with that being said, let's get to trimming this with our nippers. And there we are. Good. And then we'll finish this off with the Dremel here. Okay. All right, so that's looking pretty good and flat, and then it really kind of finish this off, we'll just go back in with the file. There we go. There we go. All right, so now we have an area that we can mount the thruster on, right? A clean area. And then, excuse me, we'll come back and build this area up at a later point, right? So let's get this apart here. Yep, we're good there. All right. So that works nicely there. All right, so now we're going to get our foot back into the mix so we can kind of see where we want to mount this thruster in here, right? All right. So there we have this surface nice and flat, and there's our max flex. And then this we want maybe right about there, thereabouts. Yeah. Okay. All right, good deal. Have to be really, really super careful because this bit here doesn't come out very easily once it's installed. You have to poke it, you know, kind of from the back and everything. So we can't just glue this thing down into place. We need to come up with a elegant solution to mount that right about there, right? Yeah, because this doesn't flex this way. It just this way at that max flex, right? All right. So if we maybe another millimeter, bump that up maybe another mil there. Let's see what that looks like here. I just have a millimeter strip. And then, yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So I'm thinking realism and practicality here. So you'll get it here in a second. But so if this thruster is you know, pushing exhaust down this way, we don't want it to burn up the fucking ankle of the damn mech that we're doing, right? So bumping this out a millimeter clears that, you know, that thrust coming out of here, so it'll make it a little bit more, you know, realistic, a little bit more practical, and then maybe moving it up about a millimeter or two there up on the leg would do good as well. Yeah, right there. Excellent. All right, so that's our positioning. That's essentially where we want it to be. And I think that will look good. Yeah, right there. Okay, so basically the position that we want this thing to go in is this edge right here of the new block that we basically created. This separation point to this angle, this back angle here, right there, right? So right about there is the positioning that we want it to be in. Yeah, I think that'll look good. I think that'll look really good. All right, so happy about that. All right, so now Um, what we need to do is figure out this whole connection. Because like I said, the big thing right now is I'm thinking about how this will go together and disassemble for the painting process, right? That's going to be the biggest thing right now. Because like I said, I can't just slap this thing together. That's not going to work. We're going to basically need to glue this and its extra bits that we come up with to this block, because this block is still removable from the other parts of the, you know, the leg assembly and everything. So we're going to have to glue it to the block. Oh man, yeah, this is a head scratcher. And I'm probably going to have to think about this more and come up with a solution. Oh man, yeah, this is part of the tough spots with this, you know, with customizing and scratch building and all of that, is trying to overcome the design, the inherent design of the model itself. And as models get more complex, especially with part separation and trying to hide the seams like Bandai's done so good over the years, it becomes more complex to try and, you know, obviously do these modifications and everything. So, yeah, I mean, this is part of it. This is part of the process. Just trying to think through this and engineer a way through the challenge, you know? So if you're attempting or you want to get into, you know, this level of work, expect something like this to, you know, to happen. Sorry, I'm having some other thoughts here. Like, subscribe, and follow. Share, and all that. Do it all. One moment here, you guys. Let me see something here. Okay. Sorry, I'm brainstorming as we go. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh boy. Let's see. Where's the damn leg? Let's see. That's gonna be way too big. Yeah, that would be obnoxious. It would look cool, but that would be fucking crazy. Yeah, no, that's not an option. Shit. No, that's too big as well. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. 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 We may be onto something. Something a little bit more elegant. Whew. Okay. Oh, here we go. 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 Here we go, boys. Here we go. All right. Two of those. All right. Hang on. So these these are vents from the Master Grade Sazabi 1.0. And they have this really nice taper to them. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it because the camera... Oh yeah, see, there you go. In the shadows there and everything, they have that nice venting look to it, right? Which is, let's be real, way more detailed than just this, right? And the cool thing that I just saw is that mount them flush up to that, and they fit pretty much perfectly up to this section here, right? And then what we could do... Mega zoom? Julius, really? All right, you asked for it. All right, so there. Mega zoom may be too much. Let's go super zoom. Any reason to play those is fucking fun. So that this may be a more elegant solution because that actually looks really nice, like in profile, right? And then what we can do is, let me show you with the put together leg here. So get that out of there so we can you can kind of get the picture here. Yeah. See, look at that. That would be, that vent would cover, you know, the whole lower section of the leg there, right? And what we could do is plate up, you know, plate up some fins, you know, from the existing leg assembly to basically form like a cowl, like a cowling on the vent and everything. Yeah, fill in, there we go, fill in the empty bit right there with sheet, plastic sheet and everything. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. Now that I'm thinking about everything, and the look I think is kind of better too. It's more subtle, you know. It's not necessarily like, oh hey, there's a thruster there, you know. I just, yeah, the tapering. Where's the camera? There it is. The tapered look of the, come on, motherfucker. There we go. The tapered look of that, I think, really serves well too. And I think that if we pop it right there, yeah, that profile fits in real nice. Now, obviously, we are only going to be gluing the vent to this part, just that, you know, inner block, because we need to have the rest of the leg come apart. There's no getting around that. The leg The lower leg has to come apart for painting, because this would be too stupid to attempt to, you know, mask all of this shit. And I don't want to do that, if I'm being honest. That's more than what this thing needs. So yeah, I think that, as it's blown out and it just looks like a big white block, is a much more elegant and honestly I think a better looking solution too. Yeah, there it is, kind of on the assembled leg and everything. And it's the perfect length, in the perfect width. I mean, you can't really get much better than that. So, and honestly, now that I'm really thinking about it, where's that shitty piece here? That went here. And that really didn't cover but this section, Jesus Christ, this section here, right? Here, watch, I'll show you. That's all it covered, right? And then when it pivoted out, it didn't even probably pivot that much. It just maybe pivoted like that, right? So if we pop this guy, pop this guy in here and then fill in, you know, this empty section there with, you know, plates and stuff like that. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. That's a good, I think that's a good path forward. It's a compromise. Yes. But it's a good path forward. Yeah. And it keeps with the whole lightweight, high speed theme, right? All right. All right, we're going to have to dick around with this tomorrow. And in the meantime, I'm going to come up with a solution here and see what's what. Yeah. I think these are going to look great. Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Let's get caught up in the chat and then we're going to call it a night, you guys, yeah? Let's see. Where do we leave off? Sorvon. What's going on, Sorvon? At least this ordeal gave you some more contact surface to glue it together. That's true. That is very true, right? And I think what we'll do eventually is to fill in these cavities with probably epoxy putty, just to give it even more surface area to grip onto. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to go. Really, really good way to go. Giovanni says San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves are having a battle. And watching the game and this stream at the same time. All I need is a beer. There you go. Lorenz says, good night, guys. Gonna pass out for the night. Lorenz, thank you for watching, bud. Always appreciated. Let's see. Kenneth says, could do something like the Nemo leg concept. Yeah, I don't want it to be that bulky, though, right? Because, like I said, the main theme of this is lightweight, high speed, right? So I want the power to weight ratio to be very high, you know. So yeah. Bloody hellfire. Oh, you like that, eh? Yeah, you missed the new transitions. You missed them. So sorry about that. Julia says that looks nasty good. Hell yeah. Apex Nerd says he has a cunning plan. Yeah. Julia says with those vents that slash thrusters fit and work on that moving part that was attached to the back of the leg. I don't want it to move at this point, so I'm going to glue the other one in place and have that as a, like I said, as a static block of plastic at this point, and then we'll just fill it in with epoxy putty, plastic, what have you. Yeah. It's a better part to use anyways, slimmer and more detailed. Great minds think alike, dude. Great minds think alike. Oh, and Soraban, I told Charles Dodge a little bit earlier, but I'm thinking about doing a multi-stream test probably later this week. So just FYI, we'll be on Twitch and see what happens, you know? So just FYI. Kelvin Branham, what's going on, Kelvin? The master cylinder at work. There you go. Lelouch, good night, everyone. Tim, amazing work as always. Catch up with everyone next time. Thank you, buddy, for watching. Chupa Thingy, good night, brother. Great to finally chat after all these years. Hell yeah. We'll be stopping by more when I can. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. It means a whole lot. So, cool deal. Cool deal, man. All right, so good stuff, you guys. Good stuff overall. I think we've got a path forward, and yeah, we're gonna keep pounding on this thing, keep pushing it, and work this thing to the end. So, with that being said, you guys, keep in mind, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to go eat dinner finally, and then hit the bed. I need it. And we'll get back on this thing tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Come on back, see what we got, and yeah, just be safe, build something cool, and I'll talk to you.